Okay, so here I am going to show you how to remove the background image from an image like this that might have a difficult background to remove, so that you can have the white background that Amazon requires for their listing. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I accidentally selected that right there, but that's, I'll go ahead and back out of that. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my path tool. This is the easiest way to do it. It's going to be too hard to select something like this with the fuzzy select or the color select or anything else really. So what I'm going to do, use this path tool, and I'm going to select this entire image, and then I can manage the path around the curves and the corners and whatnot. So I'm just going to find a good starting point here, which is usually like a corner or some easily kind of easy spot to start and finish from. So I'm just going to start choosing my anchors along here, and I'm going to take care to stay right inside the line. If you start coloring outside of the line, it just can end up looking a little silly. You have to go back and erase things after you've completed your work, so that's always a little bit frustrating. Idea is to do this once. It takes a little while to do it right, but if you do it right the first time, then you don't have to go back and redo it. So I'm gonna have to adjust these a little bit here, but that's no big deal. And that's the beauty of the path tool, is that it allows you to manage for curves that so many different images have, and can look kind of silly if you start cutting the curves off. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and finish this up and not subject you to the pain of watching the whole thing. Okay, so I have returned to the beginning here, and I'm gotten my path all the way around here. So that's what it looks like. Now what I need to do is go and start adjusting for these curves. So I'm going to start in the same location here, and I'm just going to start dragging these down a little bit to match the contours of this fantastic shake weight here. And you'll need to do more adjustment in some areas than others. And this is all looking pretty good right here. Looks like here this might need to come down a little bit. This needs to come in a little bit. This needs to come down. This needs to come down so I don't get that extra carpet in there. Same right here. So you just basically work through this whole thing and fine-tune it, and it'll end up looking fantastic here in a sec, like it never was sitting on top of this fancy retro carpet. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and work my way through this and meet you on the other side. Okay, so I've worked my way around all the way around the edge here, trying to keep it as close to the inside as possible without going over. And now all I'm going to do is push enter, and that selects the entire thing. I'm going to go over here to layers, transparency, going to add an alpha channel. I'm going to invert my selection, so I'm selecting this part and not the actual shake weight. And I'm going to push delete. And so far that looks pretty good, so I'm going to select out of this path and select none, and then I want to go ahead and zoom in to see my final product here. And it's looking pretty clean. It looks like there are a couple areas here where I could have done a little better, but these curves look pretty nice and consistent. And the handle looks good. So I'm pretty pleased with this. It's like there's a couple little spots up here that could have been improved, but overall, this isn't too bad for the first time around. I mean, all this really takes is practice. So that's about it for now. I'm going to pick up on the next section, add the white background, and a drop shadow, and then we will call it done.